Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time we captured 8 legendary Pokemon, and that's pretty much it. And this time we are going to be catching 6 more, leaving only 1 remaining after this episode, which has some interesting circumstances. Anyway, the first legendary Pokemon I want to grab is a little unorthodox. We're not actually going to be catching it. Excuse me, trainer? This Pokemon egg was found abandoned at the beach. Would you raise it? Sure. Oh, okay. Please take good care of this egg. And we will receive a Pokemon egg. I don't remember what this is in the original game, but it's something very, very different in this one. Apparently, putting Pokemon eggs next to healthy Pokemon is a good thing. In other words, walk with the egg. You know, the daycare is on Route 3. They might be able to tell you more. If we go into our team right here, you will see that this is a very, very special egg, and as such it is going to take a very, very long time to hatch. So I think, instead of just cutting to where we hatch the egg, I think we'll go the more comedic route. Aha, there we go. I made it all the way to Opelucid City before it hatched. And as a lot of you might expect, it is indeed Manaphy. I'm really surprised they took the time to program in a special animation for this, considering this was never ever distributed into Generation 5. Anyway, now that we have gotten that one, I might as well pop into the Pokemon Center and heal really quick, because I actually ran into a trainer on the way up here. Really frustrating, so we're going to have to heal off those 3 Dragon Claws I used to absolutely ruin their life, and it looks like we also got a medal, which is interesting. Probably has something to do with all the biking I just did. It is... oh, the Egg Beginner Medal. Oh, that's because that was the first egg we've ever actually hatched in the entire LP. That's an amusing one. Anyway, with that, I am going to meet you guys over in... oh, what is it? Undella Town, that's it. Alrighty, so if you hadn't guessed by now, this is basically the clean up all the legendaries that we never found in the previous episode's video, and wasn't really on purpose, but this turns out to be the episode where we go around and catch all the mythical Pokemon that we missed. So, considering we just got Manaphy, you might be able to guess who we're going after next. Now I swear, if I get a wild encounter in the 3 steps it takes to get all the way up here, ay ay ay. Anyway, as I was saying, we want to scale all the way up to the top of this waterfall right here, and I just realized I brought Vaporeon with me because I forgot that Gastrodon actually knew waterfall. Anyway, right here is our next target. This is Shaymin, who's actually being given away over Nintendo Wi-Fi at the time this video is going out, so anyone who's missed out on that so far, I highly recommend you grab it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure Shaymin has a really low catch rate despite its looks, but we might get lucky, you never know. Ah well, it was worth a shot. Shaymin is interesting because it actually has the capability of changing form, although, I'll be honest, I don't actually know if we can obtain the item that is required to do this in this LP, because I think for that to work, the Pokemon has to be a fateful encounter, and I don't think this Shaymin is a fateful encounter, so unfortunately, we might not be able to do that. I might try it out in a later episode, but for right now, I think we're just going to be doing the false swipe method and just trying to catch this thing in an Ultra Ball. Luckily, it looks like this thing doesn't have any method by which to heal itself, which is good, because that would be very disappointing if it did. Alrighty. Garchomp acquired Insomnia, which doesn't really matter because we don't have Rest. Let's try and catch this thing. Wow, okay. That was not even a cut, but I'll take it. Wow, alright. The flowers all over its body burst into bloom if it is lovingly hugged and senses gratitude. Very nice. I really like this Pokemon. I don't know really what it is about it. I just like it. Anyway, with that, we are now headed to the Nature Preserve. Alrighty, here we are in the Nature Preserve, and I've always noticed in editing, I say alrighty a freaking lot when I come out of jump cuts. I really don't know why. It's just a really bad habit of mine. Anyway, right here is the Pokemon we are after. This right here is Arceus, and indeed, it is also programmed to always be shiny, like the Pokemon that it replaced in this area. And oh boy, this thing is level 80 and absurdly powerful. This thing has the highest stat total of any Pokemon in this generation, period. And it can dish out the pain. I really did not expect that Quick Ball to even shake once, but somehow it did. But yeah, Arceus is basically the deity of Pokemon, the all-powerful creator of the universe. And man oh man, he definitely lives up to his name because he can deal out a lot of damage. You saw that Hyper Beam right there? That did quite a bit, and he can definitely take these false swipes like a champion. I really do like how they put shiny Arceus in here because I'm pretty sure there is only one other way to get shiny Arceus legitimately, and that is through the movie giveaway in Japan for last year's film. There was a small chance you'd actually get a shiny Arceus through that giveaway. I believe that's the only legitimate way ever released to get a hold of one of these things. And I'm really disappointed about that because I actually really like Arceus' shiny coloring. But I'll like it a lot more once we've caught it. I am very impressed with how little time that took. That was like the 5th or 6th throw. But oh boy, I will take it. It is said to have emerged from an egg in a place where there was nothing, and then shaped the world. Very cool indeed. I really like the idea behind Arceus having a designated creator figure in the series. I feel like that's the sort of like the cornerstone of any mythos when you think about it. Anyway, now that we have caught Arceus, we are actually headed all the way back to Floccesy Town. So let's get right on over there. And with that, we have caught every single legendary Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which I think is a really respectable feat considering how many of them there are. Anyway, we're headed right back here behind Alder's house through this really beautiful area to the Pledge Grove, which I believe we came in here once before. But anyway, right here is the next Pokemon I would like to challenge. Now, unlike I believe every other Pokemon in this video except for Manaphy obviously, this one requires speaking with the veteran in Humalao City and not the veteran in the Giant Chasm like all the others in this video. Really odd little detail, but I mean, I'll work with it. Plus, as a side effect, it's level 50, which is quite a bit lower than Arceus was. And ironically, Arceus was able to give us a shake on the Quick Ball, but Keldeo right here was not, which is a little annoying. Alright, so we're just gonna false swipe this guy right here. I'll be honest, I really do like Keldeo, and that's not just some weird, I don't know, fandom thing. I just legitimately like its design. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people just dislike this thing because it looks very similar to a certain children's TV show. But like on its own, I feel like Keldeo's a really nice looking Pokemon. Anyway, with that, I misclick and run. Alright, even I can admit that was pretty friggin' funny. I swear that wasn't on purpose. Ay. Alright, let's just try this again. Oh boy. Anyway, I suppose one thing I can mention is I believe if you bring Keldeo to this area with Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion in your party, it will be able to learn a move called Secret Sword and change form into its Resolute form, which honestly presents no mechanical difference to this Pokemon whatsoever. But again, I'm not sure if this Keldeo would need to be Fateful Encounter or not for that to work. It might be, it might not be, but if I were to try that out, it probably would be in a later episode, just so I can get my facts straight to make sure I don't waste anybody's time. Anyway, let's get it weakened down again and hopefully not run away from it this time. That was a derp of epic proportions, I think we can all agree on. Good thing I have no qualms with soft resetting the game, otherwise I don't know how we get this guy to appear again. Anyway, bag this time, and let's try and catch it. Alrighty, there we go. Keldeo was caught. Awesome. And I just noticed there's the alrighty again. I don't know what it is. When it is resolute, its body fills with power and it becomes swifter. Its jumps are then too fast to follow. Very nice. I'll be honest, that one gave me quite a bit of trouble. But anyway, we've caught it, so now we are headed off to, of all places, the musical hall in Nimbaza City. Yeah. I bet you didn't think we'd ever be coming back here, huh? Yeah, I wish we didn't have to, but surprise, surprise, there is actually a legendary in here. Who knows what it's doing here of all places? I would have preferred the cafe in Castelia. Right here, we have Meloetta. This Pokemon is interesting because it is also capable of a form change. If it ever uses the move Relic Song, it will change form and change from a, I believe it's from a Psychic type to a Fighting type. Which is a little bit weird, but I mean, I guess I can understand it. Now, can we please get lucky with the Quick Ball? No. Oh well. I was hoping, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Now, one thing is, I don't know if this thing actually knows Relic Song when we encounter it in here. Although, I suppose we'll know if it ever winds up using it, but I'm not sure if it does. It does have U-turn, though, which is an interesting one. And I have to say, Meloetta really got the shaft when it came to mythical Pokemon. I can't pronounce anything today. When it came to mythical Pokemon getting movies, because Meloetta didn't get one. It got one of those 20-minute shorts tacked onto the Keldeo movie. So yeah, kinda disappointing in that regard. Kinda relegated to the same status as Sylveon in that way. Anyway, let's not waste any more time, let's try and catch it. Alrighty, there we go. That went on long enough that I think I really had to resort to the timer balls, but I mean, what else am I going to use them for at this point? The melodies sung by Meloetta have the power to make Pokemon that hear them happy or sad. Very interesting. I think this is a really neat idea for a Pokemon, one that's based all around the idea of song and dance. Anyway, with that, we have nothing else to do but head off to the P2 lab. Alrighty, here we are at the P2 laboratory for the last legendary Pokemon of this video. Here we have Genesect. Now, I'm pretty sure the prevailing theory for this hack is that this is the exact same Pokemon that Getsus used against us before he fled the region after his defeat, which I think is a really neat little theory. One thing that's also interesting is I believe that overworld sprite is actually custom made because I don't think it's in the base game at all, so yeah, props to whoever drew that up because it's really good, and it really fits in with the rest of them. Anyway, one, and not quite done. Oh well, I was really hoping we'd get a clutch capture for the last legendary Pokemon of this video, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like it will be the case. And then there's also the fact that, oh my, wow, that actually did a lot of damage. I was afraid it was going to wall that like a champion, but apparently not, which I'm definitely a fan of. Alright, can we get you all the way down? Nice. Double critical. Nice. Alright, I'm not entirely sure how much of a fight this thing is going to put up trying to catch it, but hopefully it comes quicker than Meloetta did. After dozens of Ultra Balls, the first Timer Ball I throw works. Yeah, that's how you know how this battle went. It went a very long time. This Pokemon existed 300 million years ago. Team Plasma altered it and attached a cannon to its back. Yeah, really messed up. You have to wonder what Genesect actually looked like way back a long time ago. Anyway, I think if we leave and come back, something might happen? No, unfortunately not. Sometimes there's a scientist here that will give you drives that will allow you to slightly alter Genesect's appearance, as well as the type of its signature move, which is called Techno Buster, I believe. I don't know exactly how to trigger him though, so we might be covering that later. Anyway, with that, I think I am going to fly off to some city and heal. So I will meet you guys over, here seems good. Alrighty, now that everyone is healed up, I think we are going to end things off here. Now, I know there is one legendary Pokemon we haven't got yet, but don't worry, I do have a contingency plan in place, and we are going to be going after it in a couple of episodes. So, this past episode of Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we captured 6 mythical legendary Pokemon, those being Manaphy, Shaymin, Arceus, Keldeo, Meloetta, and Genesect. And next time on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we're going to be hanging around in Black City a little bit to talk about probably the one final feature of this game that I have not yet discussed. Veterans will know what I'm talking about in that regard. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.